Hey everybody, I'm Aaron Norris with the Norris Group. It is March 22nd, and when it comes to iBuyers, are they friend or a foe? That and much more as we cover the biggest headlines in real estate. Up on the radio show and podcast this week, Bruce interviews me. We talk about some of the shows I've been going to, the Consumer Electronics Show, the International Builder Show, some of the things we've learned. And we also talk a little bit about what we're doing in Florida, so you won't want to miss that on the radio show and podcast. The Mortgage Bankers Association reported a 1.6% increase in mortgage applications. Minutes released from the Federal Reserve show we may not get any increases in 2019. Words like patient and flexible were being thrown around as we head into 2019 and our approach to interest rates. So we'll see if that equates to specific real estate activity. And mortgage rates decreased this week with 30-year rates at 4.28% and 15-year rates at 3.71%. A new tiny home concept by IB Studios is circular and takes advantage of space by having sliding walls that can slide in and out to incorporate 20 different layouts. The 220 square foot space looks like a rotunda with just a pedestal in the middle and some stairs, and all around you can put your furniture in the middle. Should the design be approved by Milan Design Week next month, it will literally be a mobile home you can take anywhere. So for the few friends that I have out there doing vacation rentals, this definitely looks sort of like an experience home for me. As far as being practical for living in, we'll wait to see what they say. The editorial board of the LA Times wrote an opinion piece this week suggesting that Costa-Hawkins needs to be weakened in order to help with California's affordable housing issue. The Costa-Hawkins Rental Housing Act of 1995 put a law into place that restricts the ability of cities and municipalities to enact or expand rent control. It's more controlled at a state level, and if you don't know how terrible it would be at the local level, all you have to do is look at vacation rentals and accessory dwelling unit rules and how messy it is right now to know what rent control would be like this if it's in the hands of the municipalities. It's terrible. So Proposition 10 failed, of course, in the last election cycle, but it's coming back thanks to politics. Assembly Bill 36 modifies Prop 10. It proposes rolling rent control, which basically allows cities to come in after 10 years and then start doing rent control. So there you go. The bill would cover single-family residences and condos, and it would apply for single-family rental owners that have more than 3. So they're trying to protect the mom and pops a little bit, but you're on the hook if you've got more than 3 or 4. That's in the works. You've also got AB 1482 in the work, which just establishes anti-gouging rules. So it basically puts rent caps on annual rent raises that exceed inflation. You've got AB 1481, which would require just cause for removing a tenant. There's a little bit of horror stories that I'm hearing out and about that just cause is very open-ended, and even if you sell your home, but I don't think that's the intent of this rule, but we'll see as it works its way through the process. And then finally, you've got AB 724, which would require landlords to report rental data so they can create a statewide registry. That sounds like a fantastic idea. I'm kidding. California is adding so many jobs so fast that housing just can't keep up with demand. So much so, the Wall Street Journal reports that some companies are just jumping ship and will likely head to states with lower regulation and lower taxes while they're at it. A lot of reporting that companies are having a difficult time recruiting because the housing stock is just too expensive and people just aren't wanting to move here because of it. So they're looking at cities like Austin. Zillow is testing a new app called Tour It Now that puts the consumer in control of touring and its inventory for sale without an agent or an appointment. This is probably going to work beautifully with their iBuying model, and it is joined by the likes of Redfin, Opendoor, and OfferPad, who are all working on different kinds of technology to put the consumer more in control. Their new app is called Tour It Now, and it does all of the following. It provides users directions to the property, it unlocks the door when they arrive, and it allows them the opportunity to tour the house on their own time. So they give them sort of an open and closed time that you're able to go there, and some of it's very late. Opendoor is doing something very similar. Pretty soon, I'm sure there's going to be cameras and microphones listening to everything that you say inside to give you a rating and a grade that they can follow up on to see if you're serious, and they're going to have all your social media data. This is going to be very interesting to see. Speaking of iBuyers, you've got Zillow, Instant Offer, Opendoor, Redfin, and OfferPad all operating in Southern California. If not now, they will be shortly. They've all raised hundreds of millions of dollars. Well, they all have slightly different approaches, but the goal is all the same. That's buying properties at a discount, maybe de-junking them, cleaning them up a little, and then moving them onto the open market. Well, Then again, Adam Data reported last year that 1 in 10 is actually going to one of these rental REITs, so it's not going all on the open market. If you're curious to find out what they're buying and trying to figure out maybe why, I've been following in Riverside County. If you've got a Property Radar subscription, and if you're serious in real estate and in California, I don't know how you don't have one. Our friends over at Property Radar allowed you to do property searches. So you just have to look at who's buying and selling, type in the name of, like, say, Open Door for an example, and you can see all the inventory that they're buying and try to get a sense of what they're doing. From what we've been hearing, and I've spoken to Open Door, their goal is not things like hoarder houses or major rehabs. They're not looking to do really old or historic homes. It just could end up being that they may be one of the biggest buyers of wholesale deals, which would be really interesting. They just haven't, none of these companies have come out and made it very clear that the mom and pop's real estate investor are their friend. I would really like to see that. They're clearly in a entirely different wheelhouse. What it does for you and I as real estate investors is the easy stuff is going to go, but these iBuyers are not going to deal with tenants, toilets, and trash for now. Those 3 T's are not there. They're after speed and scalability. They're doing the 2 S's. So can the 2 work together? I'd love to see what you think. If you're on YouTube, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a beat. If you're on Facebook, please don't forget to not only like the Norris Group page, but don't forget to add us to your See First list and with notifications on. Leave your comments below the video. And if we miss something, share the story on our comment sections on either YouTube or Facebook, and we'll make sure to include it on our blog at thenorrisgroup.com/blog. April 17th, 10 decisions to make before the next downturn. Bruce will be at the Apartment Owners Association, so we hope to see you there. And April 18th, we'll be doing that same very talk in Pasadena at Pasadena Phoebe. For more information on hard money in Florida or California, check out thenorrisgroup.com. We've got fix and flip, buy and hold, and new construction. If you're more interested in learning about passive investing with notes, mortgages, and trust deeds, check out tngtrustdeeds.com or on thenorrisgroup.com. Just click on that Invest tab. With that, have a fantastic weekend, and we will catch you next week.